Asheville Beer Week brings plenty of people looking to taste the local brews.
But News 13's Victoria Dunkle is live with another side of the beer business, and Vic, it's actually leading to some unusual partnerships.
Absolutely, because, well, the Beer Week brings a lot of people in to not only enjoy the brews, but enjoy the food at the restaurants that are serving up these wonderful beers and food made from it. But that leads to a lot of waste on that food as well. And Danny Keaton with Danny's Dumpsters has figured out that there is a great partnership here. You actually are helping keep a huge amount of food waste out of the landfills, right?
That's true. Between 120 different restaurants, and we compost about 35 tons a week of food waste. 35 tons of food waste a week from 120 restaurants here in our area. That's right. Well, let's take a look here. What are some of the foods that are ending up in these buckets for you to compost? Well, because we are a state-regulated facility, we can take any type of food waste, vegetable matter, meat, dairy, even the compostable plastic cups. And we're seeing so many more restaurants go to these, and that makes it so easy for us to do the right thing by our environment, right? Definitely, and also a lot of the festivals that happen in town are now using the compostable cups as well. So, why is it important for you, especially during Beer Week, to help people understand that we're very conscientious about the impact of the beer industry and the general foodie industry in our area? Just, I guess, recognizing how much of the garbage that comes out of a restaurant is compostable. A lot of times it's between 70 and 80% of what's thrown away could be composted. And also, a lot of the larger beer makers like Sierra Nevada, some of their spent hops even come to our compost facility too. Really interesting. So even the big players in town are looking to make sure they don't leave too much of a footprint. That's true. Danny's the guy who's helping them do that. By the way, he doesn't come to your house and pick up the compost yet. But if you want to get some of the great soil that turns out because of the composting, you can buy some of the soil from Danny. We'll have some information in a link for you at newslinks at WLOS.com, plus the whole list of the remaining excitement, including a special dinner here at Sunny Point Cafe, one of the restaurants taking part in Danny's Dumpsters recycling and composting program. Reporting live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
Well, happening today, Asheville Beer Week takes you beyond the tap room and actually to the dinner table.
News 13's Victoria Dunkle is live at Sunny Point Cafe. Victoria, it's hosting a beer dinner there.
Absolutely. Tonight, the food and the brews start flowing right here at Sunny Point Cafe. And it promises to be a good time, but you also, I know, might learn something too while you're having a great time. Scott Jennings and I were talking about this. He's with Sierra Nevada, one of our newest beer neighbors here in town, and you folks are part of a program we talked about last half hour about companies like yours that are really taking a proactive step when it comes to things like Beer Week. This is the third annual year for it, and while people think of going out and enjoying their favorite brews, you also are thinking about making sure your impact is not overly felt on one aspect. Tell me about the composting.
Yeah, well, we do a massive composting program in Chico in our brewery there, where we compost nearly 100% of all of our scraps that come out of our restaurant, plus a lot of the things that come out of the brewery, which are biodegradable, and we source some of our raw materials specifically focused on whether or not we can compost or otherwise recycle it. Well, back out here as we're standing in front of some of the new offerings, the dinner includes different food pairings with the beer that you have here. Let's talk about Summerfest is your new brew, right? No, actually, that one's been around a long time. Yeah, that's a regular summer seasonal for us. So it's the season coming in that it's out. So tell me what we're going to, as you pour us a Summerfest, why don't you tell me what's going to be paired up with that tonight at the dinner? Yeah, Summerfest. So this is a really good Pilsner-style beer, crisp, clean, hoppy, nice dry finish. This beer we'll start out with some fresh produce from the beautiful garden here in West Asheville. So Sunny Point is just like you with the whole idea of sustainable. So they're going to have some produce from their garden that they've actually pickled. That's just one of the food pairings. We're going to check out more of the menu and more of the great pairings with the Sierra Nevada brews that are part of this Beer Week dinner tonight at Sunny Point Cafe. Want to get in on it? No problem. Go to newslinks at WLOS.com for all the details about the tickets. Reporting live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
News 13's Victoria Dunkle is live with an invitation to a special beer dinner. And Vic, people are still trying to figure out the best way to pair beer and food.
That's right. I mean, wine and food seems to be a natural combination for so long, but folks have been drinking beer with food for centuries. And we're actually learning some secrets and tips for what goes well with the different types of brews from our friends here at Sunny Point Cafe. They're working with Sierra Nevada for this beer dinner. And Bridget, you and I were talking, you're the general manager here, and you have a plate full of what's going to be maybe the starting point for this yummy meal, right?
Yeah, so tonight's dinner is going to feature a lot of stuff from our on-site garden and also from just local area farmers and producers. So one of the courses is going to be Nesbitt Farms lettuce with Looking Glass goat cheese. It's going to have fresh herbs and flowers, and then pickled veggies fresh from the garden.
Really? So what is it, the importance of you pairing and teaming up with Sierra Nevada? So you're working with the brews they have. What's going to be a good choice of beer to go with something light like a pickled vegetable fresh from the garden?
So the pickled veg we're going to do is something light like the Summerfest, and then the salad, which will have a strawberry rhubarb vinaigrette, will go, we're actually going to double pair. So we're going to do it with one of their black IPAs and one of their white IPAs. So that will give people an idea of the contrast, that you really can pair with either one and kind of give them the idea of what they like, either that malty hoppiness or just something really simple so that the food shines through.
Now there's a little something extra about today's and this evening's event. Not only are we going to learn the neat elements of pairing the foods with the different brews, but we're also going to learn something about the sustainability aspect of this. You mentioned you have your own garden.
Yep.
Earlier we took a look at Danny's Dumpsters and what they do as far as composting. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so we are now at the point where with Danny's Dumpster that we're getting to do a full circle. So we're composting the food from the restaurant. It's going to Danny's Dumpster. It's coming back as compost to us, and then the produce is being grown in it now. So
it's turning into these lovely little pickles right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Don't miss this opportunity to come out and just have a good time learning a little bit more about the full spectrum of beer and food and all the fun that goes with it. You can still get tickets. The vinegar is really good for this. You can still get tickets at WLOS.com. Go to Newslinks. We'll link you to their site. Get you all set. Coming up, one more exciting reason to check out the beer dinner during Beer Week. Reporting live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
Asheville Beer Week is serving up sustainability in a savory way.
And News 13's Victoria Dunkle is live at Sunny Point Cafe. And Vic, you moved outside to bring us full circle in the beer dinner.
That's right. Our first time this morning, we were talking about Danny's Dumpsters and how they help with the composting here. Then we talked to the folks at Sierra Nevada who are pairing up their wonderful brews with some amazing food from Sunny Point Cafe. And now we're back out here in their beautiful garden right behind Sunny Point Cafe with garden manager Melissa Metz. This is impressive to say the least. And basically, what I see here is going to be on a plate there tonight.
That's right. Right behind you are some of the peas here, and they're going into the pickled veg, which is one of the first little courses when people get here. And here's more purple peas.
Purple peas, how yummy!
Yes, and then there's also going to be a lot of edible flowers that we grow in the garden, used for. They'll be accompanying the salad and dessert plates, and also wrapped around the goat cheese.
You were telling me the chef came out and said, listen, here's what we want to serve. Can you harvest it from here? And basically you got to work, right?
Exactly, yes. Communicating about what's growing and what can be used and incorporated into the menu.
And while that's part of the beer dinner tonight, that's really how it works every day here, right?
Yes. Lots of communication and lots of growing, and we just try and produce as much vegetables, flowers, and herbs as we can for the kitchen.
What's your favorite thing to grow out here? Do you have a favorite?
Oh, honestly, I love growing beans.
Yeah?
Yes, the pole beans are one of my favorite things. We grow a variety of colors, red, purple, yellow, speckled, so I love the pole beans.
And you're going to be able to love all of the wonderful vegetables that have been harvested from this garden right here. They're going to be winding up on the plates at Sunny Point Cafe tonight for the beer dinner. It is a pairing of Sierra Nevada beers with the wonderful food from the chef and the great full team here at Sunny Point Cafe as they take part in this event. If you want tickets, there's some still available, but you better hurry. So go to the news link section at WLOS.com and get in on this great way to enjoy Asheville Beer Week in a tasty and actually educational way, too. They're going to teach you how they do all of this tonight. Reporting live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.